Good evening, Facebook. So glad you all are joining on this evening. And I would like to start out by saying happy Veterans Day to all of the veterans. Thank you for your service to the country, the United States of America. Thank you all for everything that you all do. And I do have two special guests on tonight. They are veterans. This is my brother Daryl. This is my other brother Daryl. So, just kidding. I used to love that show. But this is my brother Greg. Greg served in the military for 20 years, and he is retired. And this is my brother Travis. He served in the military for 4 years, and they both served in the branch of the Army. So we'll give them a round of applause. Thank you, Greg and Derek, for your service. And I do want to start, Greg and Travis. I have so many brothers and sisters, brothers, so if I mispronounce their name, just overlook it. They understand, there's a lot of them. So, and I do want to start out with some other recognitions. My uncle, Amos Watts Sr., he served in the Veterans War. So thank you, Uncle Amos, for serving. Vietnam War, thank you. I need my help tonight. The Vietnam War. And Bishop James E. McKnight Sr., he actually served in the Korean War. And the one thing I want to mention about Bishop McKnight, I had an opportunity to hear him speak Korean, and that was just so amazing to me. I was really impressed with that. And I also want to recognize Mother Sally Hollis. Mother Sally Hollis, she served in the branch of the Army. And Mother Hollis is 94 years old. She is a dancing 94 years old. And also Mr. Tillman Williams, he served in the in the Vietnam War. It's the veterans thing. And Mr. Tillman, he received a Purple Heart. So thank you all again. And I do want to give a short shout out to my, I have a co-worker that had 4 brothers that served in the military, and they all served in the branch of the Army. That is Charlie Williams. He served 6 years, and his birthday is today as well, so happy birthday, Charlie. Louis Williams served 9 years, Johnny Williams 6, and Richard Jackson. We weren't sure how many years he served, but he did serve in the branch of the Army. And one other shout out before we get started, I want to say happy birthday to my youngest goddaughter, Destiny Gainey. Destiny is 16 years old today. So happy birthday. I love you. And thank you all again for joining. So if you have a veteran that you would like to give a shout out to, please list that person's name in the comments, and we will give a shout out throughout the show tonight. But again, welcome and thank you all for joining. Please share when you log on, and you can also share after the video is over. So we are making 3 desserts on this evening. The first thing that we're going to get started on is a red velvet cake. And then we're going to get started on a sweet potato pie. And I added another one, an egg custard pie. This one is at the request of my brother-in-law. He has been wanting egg custard pie for a while. So I'm going to throw in an egg custard pie. All right, so the first thing we're going to do for the red velvet cake, we're going to grease our pans. And I told you all about this wonderful product, this Pam, baking Pam. It is wonderful. So we're going to grab our pans behind us. Trav, if you grab those right there. And I'm going to let the guys drive periodically. So I'm going to let them spray the pans down with the Pam. We're going to sit those aside. Yeah, I'm going to spray all 3 of them. Because we're going to have 3 layers of cake for the red velvet cake. That's good. I'm going to sit it aside. Look at that baker right there. Look at him go. All right, thank you very much. All right, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to sift our flour in our cocoa powder for the red velvet cake. I'm going to let Travis do that for me. You can pour it in there and sift it. And Travis, he's a baker too. So if y'all see him trying to correct me tonight, we're gonna have a little fun. But he actually worked as a baker as well. And he served as a cook in the Army, so he could tell me a few things. All right, so we want to sift the flour in as well. So let's do that again, I'm sorry. Together. Yeah. Okay, no, we'll get you another bowl. All right, so you want to sift the flour and the cocoa powder together to make sure that it blends really well. So he's gonna do a do-over. Just place it in there. Just place it neatly so we don't. All right, so after he sipped the flour, we're going to start with the filling, with the batter for the red velvet cake. I'm going to go ahead and preset the oven, and I preset my oven to 400 because my level is not as strong as others, so I'm going to set the oven to 400. All right, so we have the flour and the cocoa butter. It's all sifted, so we're going to set this aside. All right, take that. All right, so we're going to get started on the batter for the red velvet cake. Excuse me. Y'all can talk if you want. Okay. They're being silly. All right, so we're going to get started on the batter for the red velvet cake. We're going to place, excuse me, I'm having a blonde moment here. The buttermilk. We got the buttermilk is in the refrigerator. You want to keep that cold. All right, so we're going to do 1 cup of buttermilk. I'll let you put that in there. Pour that in. Then we're going to do 2 cups of sugar. And if you grab the sugar right there, we'll let Travis, your name is Greg. The other cup of sugar. Put the sugar in. Yes, Oh, Lord. Okay, so the next thing we're going to put in is the Miracle Whip. Remember, I always like to use Miracle Whip. Miracle Whip makes the cake a little bit more moist. So we're going to put that in. Okay, next we're going to add the eggs, and we're going to add, let's see, 2 eggs. The 2 eggs, and the eggs are at room temperature. So if you can go ahead and crack the eggs and put those in there. Excuse me. Hi everybody, I'll be there shortly to see who's on. Alright, so we have our 2 eggs in, and the last thing that we're going to add before we mix it, we're going to add food coloring, and we're going to add red food coloring, of course, or the color of the red velvet cake. If you can open that for me, and we may need the scissors to cut the top open. Yeah. We want to add about a tablespoon. Okay, a little bit more, just a little bit more. Okay, let's get a spoon. We have a little shell in here, so we're going to take that out. Right right there. So we don't want to have a crunchy red velvet cake. I think they almost got it. Okay, and then we're going to add a teaspoon of vinegar. And then the last ingredient, about a teaspoon of vanilla. You can use that as a teaspoon. Okay, that's good. All right, so Travis, if you will blend that up for us with the blender. Hi, Nene. Hi, Cornelia. Hi, Kenzan. Hello, Terrell, Miss Cassandra. Hi, Sherry, Katina, Cassidy, Destiny, Church of God by Faith, Jakayla. Thank you all for joining, and I'll give some shout outs a little bit later. They would like it nice and red. Yeah. All right, so now we have the wet ingredients blended. We're going to add our dry ingredients that we put aside earlier. You want to blend, or you want to pour? You want to pour, okay, Travis? Don't forget to list your veterans that you want to give a shout out to. We'll get to those. Make sure you scrape against the sides first.
Right now, I just sprayed it. I messed it up.
Make sure you always scrape around the sides of the bowl to get the flour that may be lingering there. All right. And blend it just a little bit more. All right, so now we're going to pour the batter into the pans. We're going to have 3 layers. And then we're going to place them in the oven. And I do want to, let me wash my hands. I forgot to buy some paper towels, so I got to use my hands to spread this around a little bit more. It's nothing like getting your hands covered with Pam. It smells so good. I told y'all it smells so good, it seems like you can almost eat it, but you know, we won't do that. I just love the smell of it. All right, I'm gonna wash my hands real quick, then we'll put the batter in.
That's dirty. Yes.
All right, so we're going to just use the little cup here, because we want to make sure that the layers are going to be even. So So Travis, you will spread that around. All right. So I'm gonna get the remaining of this. Make sure I use that little thingy there. Hold it right there. Hold it. It's nice to have some help. I think that might be a little shy, a little camera shy. Travis is smiling, he's probably not. You're around the edge. I guess Greg is not either. Alright. So you want to make sure that you shake your pan. Make sure that it's well covered. So we're going to go ahead and put these in the oven. Just let me check the temperature just for a moment. Yeah, we're good to go. We're going to bake those for 30 minutes. I'm going to put 30 minutes on the timer. Alright, so while those are baking, we're going to go ahead and get started on the frosting. I want to go ahead and make the frosting so I can put that in the refrigerator so it can firm up just a little bit. Alright, for the frosting, we're going to use a cup of butter. And the butter is already softened. So I'm going to pour that in. There you go. All right, so that's 1 cup of butter, and remember 1 cup of butter is 2 sticks of margarine. So we're going to add 8 ounces or 16 ounces of cream cheese softened as well. Thank you. All right, the next thing we're going to add, we're going to add 4 cups of powdered sugar. Stacking myself will be hard too.
No, I was trying to get to.
I was going to say stack, don't want you to make it too noisy. All right, so if you can mix that up, Greg. That spoon is fine. Or you want to use the blender? Let's use the blender. Is the blender on?
That's right.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and use the blender to make sure that it's going to be nice and smooth. Because we have one other 2 cups of powdered sugar to add. All right. Hi, Winnie. Hi, Philip. Hi, Ron. Berna. Rebecca. Hi, Kathy. Valerie. All right, so we're going to add in the remaining of the powdered sugar. You ready? Again, make sure you scrape around the sides. And I might add just a little bit of milk to it. They're doing a great job, aren't they? Oh, and I do have a live audience tonight. Can y'all give them a round of applause? Can I hear something? Oh, my live audience is shy. I can't believe it. I have my mom is here. My sister-in-law is here. Our good friend, Miss Cassandra, is here. Miss Cassandra, how long y'all been neighbors? About 40 years? About 40 years. They didn't want to say anything. They're shy. And I'm going to add just a little bit of milk to it. Maybe about a tablespoon of milk. Okay. All right, you changed the speed on that. Y'all saw that? What?
What's going on?
He said he got it going on. All right, so if you can show them, Greg, what it looks like, nice and creamy. She said he did just a wonderful job. All right, so what we're going to do, I'm going to divide the icing into different portions because I'm going to make part of the icing red and part of the icing blue. We want to represent our veterans on this evening. Actually, Travis, if you open up the other food coloring there. I'm going to put about a cup in each bowl. We'll still have the somewhat of the original look of the red velvet cake, but I do want to add some color to it. All right, so we can, where's the red? The red dye? Okay. Put some red and blue. Excuse me, I'm gonna use these spoons here. I think I want a little bit more red. I want it a little bit redder. I want it to look pink. I want it to look red. And the red food coloring is not all that great tasting. All right, we're going to put these in the little bottles back here. Right here. They're not back there, they're right here. So it'll be easier to decorate. Now, if I spill over the counter, hopefully I won't. I think we'll do an okay job, thank you. We may have to clean up the sides a little bit. All right, I think we got it good here. That should be enough. Travis went to hide to do his.
Yes,
When I sit them in the refrigerator, I'm going to sit them facing down. That way the icing will fall to the bottom. We won't have too many air pockets to deal with. Okay, so we want to put this in a bowl as well. Oh, that right there. Right there. Let me get one more bowl. Do you put that in that bowl there? Right here. Yes, sit them face down. Probably just put them in another bowl. Right, let me get the lid. All right, so we got the icing done. All right, so I'm gonna put that right there. Just put it down there for now. I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator. Oh, if I can get it to get on there. He'll get it. All right, there you go. All right. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to get started on the crust for our pies. We're making 2 pies. Remember, the sweet potato pie and the egg custard pie. Let me move this out of the way here. If we can get this washed up right quick and clean our workstation. I can tell that that's my brother because I don't like a dirty workstation. Keeping it clean, keeping it clean.
So just like a rag in. What's this rag? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All right, so for the crusts, for the pies, you want to use a cup of chilled butter. So let me get the butter out. And we're going to dice the butter into small pieces. The first thing that we're going to do. Excuse me.
I would like to give a shout out to my friend Bart Peterson and his
Woo-hoo!
wife Trina.
All right,
Happy
Bart and
Veterans
Trina.
And I hope you guys are watching. Hi.
Thank you, Bart and Trina. All right, so let me get a knife here. Oh, I got it? Okay. Oh. All right, so I'm going to ask Greg if he would cut these into small pieces, and I'm going to show him how to do it, because we want them to be really small. That way they'll blend in with the flour. So if you can just cut it into 4 quarters and just chop real small like that. So whenever you're making a crust, you always want to make sure that your butter is chilled and cut up in small pieces. That way it'll blend in with the flour really well. And we're going to use 2.5 cups of flour because we're making 2 pie crusts. Look at him go. Whoop, whoop. Oh, don't cut yourself. Woo. I don't have the medics like they do on the shows. So please don't cut yourself. Yep. So we're going to add the flour to the mixing bowl. And I do want to sift this flour as well. Can you get another colander? Use that colander right there. And just sift it in here. You can bring it, Travis, you can bring it over. Travis, you can bring it over here.
This,
I want you to be seen. Come over.
just,
I wonder why they sent me another card.
KGD fried turkey while you
They
here.
sent me another card the other day in the bank.
say what?
Nicole Andrews. Not today, cuz I'm still working on that milk and peanut butter for you, cuz. I got you, Nicole, though.
Alright, so we're gonna sift the flour. We don't want any lumps in it. And this is another place where we'll get our hands in the dough. Be careful now. There's paper on that one. Right there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add some of the butter to the dough here. So did you tell them what Nicole said?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Is that better for you?
He pulled out the big knife.
Correct.
You give me some glasses, it'll be better.
So while he's doing that, I'm going to add in. Well, actually, we'll wait for the the chilled water. The water. It's a half a cup in that thing right there. You're also going to add in a half a cup of chilled water. So I left it in the refrigerator so it'll be really cold. Now wait till you finish with the butter to do that. So let me give some more shout outs while he's cutting up the butter there. Hi Kim, hi Cassandra, hi Sherry, hi Winnie, Jasmine, hi Ron, Terrell. Let's see. Terrell wants to know if she can have a slice when we're done. Oh, Greg says $5. Hi Fratina. Hi Robert. Hi Shannon. Hi Regina. What did she say? Oh, she was saying. He's almost there. Go Greg. Go Greg.
You
Go
cannot
Greg.
rush perfection.
Oh. Sorry. All right.
This stuff melt when we put it on there?
Oh, no, it's not gonna melt. You don't want it to melt.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm gonna let Travis knead the dough. The baker. And we're going to use the surface here. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm gonna stick you with the knife. Sorry. All right, so he's gonna knead the dough. Where's your water? You got your water?
No, it's not. I'm trying to get this on the stove.
So this is a half a cup of chilled water. Ta-da. We have our rolling pin here. When I was a child, I was wondering, what is that for? I learned over the years.
Not beans.
Oh. So while he's doing that, I'm going to flour our rolling pin. Once he's finished, then I'll put some flour on the counter. That way our dough will not stick to the counter. A little bit more water. Tell me when to stop. You just need a little bit more water added to the dough mix. We have about 12 minutes or so on the cake. Once the cake is finished, we're going to sit them in the refrigerator so they'll cool down. So when we put the icing on it, the icing will not melt. Oh. I'm going to go ahead and flour the counter. Good. So you see, this is what the dough looks like before he starts kneading it with the rolling pin.
She said she
And once he's finished with the dough, we're going to place the dough in the pie pans, and we're going to bake them just a little bit before we place the filling in the pie shells.
So you're doing this one or two?
Two. We're doing two. So we're going to make it kind of thin.
Throw the butter in
Make sure you stay on the camera trail.
Oh, sorry.
Hi, Shannon. I think I saw her. Hi, Juan. Hi, Shanetta. Hi, Leslie. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Aunt Pearl. Hi, Winnie. Hi, Dee. Hi, Bridget. Katrina. Woohoo! Hi, Leonard. Hi, Cheryl. Sherry, Diane. Hi, Tim, Misty. Hi, Katina. Hi, Latrina. Rosemary, Michelle. Thank you all for joining. Hi, Tamara. Hi, Terrence. All right, so are we ready for the first pie? And we may have to knead it again. All right? All right, so we're getting ready to put the pie crust in the first pie pan. So, Travis, you can lift that up. Drum roll, please. You can just roll it with that. Let me show you a way that you can do that. Oh, you know how to do that? Okay. So we're going to roll it with the rolling pin. That way it'll be easier to pick up. All right, so I'm going to set the pan here. Yep. Place it over just a little bit.
Yeah, that's all right there. To my left.
To your left? Oh.
Yeah, right
Yes, again. Things here. All right, so we're going to press down the sides. Make sure the sides are covered. Then we're going to cut the excess from around the bowl, the pie pan. So you're just going to sort of feel for it. Put this out there. See how nice he's doing it? Okay, so we want to give it just a little decoration. So we're going to pinch the edge of the crust. Some people use a fork. And don't worry that sometimes it falls apart on the end, but it'll all bake together.
Scratch.
Put that there. Excuse me, sorry. It's not as cute as I want it, but it'll be okay. So this is our pie crust, and we're gonna use this for the sweet potato pie. So as soon as the cakes come out of the oven, I'm gonna put this in the oven to bake for maybe 10 minutes. Then we have our second pie pan for the egg custard pie. Need some more flour? Where did I put the flour? Have y'all seen my flour?
As I got behind the cover, I mean,
It was hiding. So you wanna,
No, don't worry about the flour. I'm sorry.
oh, you don't need any more?
No, because I was just gonna do it, but I'm just gonna have it to feel it.
Oh, okay. And so he's gonna press the edges for that one. Make sure it covers the pan. Then if you start in the middle and work your way out, you make sure the sides are covered. So after we finish making the crust for the pies, we're gonna get started on the filling for the sweet potato pie. Now I did put the sweet potatoes on earlier. You probably need to let them cook for about 30 minutes or so. It depends on how much you're making. So we already have those on the stove and they are ready. So we're going to get started with the pie filling for the sweet potato pie. You had to finish that? He's waiting on me. All right, so I'm gonna clean up just a little bit here. Remove the flour. All right. Can you wash that the top one?
This one?
Yeah. You're right here. I need to drain. And while he's doing that, I'm going to drain the sweet potatoes. If anybody want to come help wash dishes, please come. I won't mind. Excuse me. All right, so I'm going to get the sweet potatoes. Ooh, that's hot. Let me try that.
I didn't rinse it out. That's what I'm trying to do.
Do show them. These are the sweet potatoes that I started earlier. So I'm going to go ahead and drain it.
I was gonna drain some more of water off so they can get a good picture.
That is hot. Ooh, doggy.
I need to rinse this up.
Yeah. Okay, he's gonna rinse the bowl right quick. All right. What did I put on the side? Okay. All right. So now we're going to get started with the filling for the sweet potato pie. Excuse me. We're going to, talk to him while I got a call.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Give a shout out to somebody.
We're gonna get started on the sweet potato crust. The ingredients are what? 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, right? A 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 cup of butter, chilled and diced, 1/2 cup of ice water. Add all ingredients to the list. What?
That's for the dough.
No, you said you did.
We did the dough already.
Okay, well I'm sorry.
Just reminding you guys.
That's a
I'm
reminder.
just a guest. I'm not the cook.
That's a reminder on how to make
Okay.
your pie crust. All right, for the filling, we're going to add in 1 stick of butter, and we want to melt the butter. So, Greg, if you will, put this in the microwave. The butter is softened, but we want to melt the butter. Woo. Where are my spoons? Oh, sorry. You put that in the microwave for about a minute. We want to melt the butter again. What is that, Travis? We'll put them in the refrigerator. Okay, the cakes are done. If you want to show them the cakes you have. So these are, this is 1 layer of the cake. We're going to go ahead and put it in the refrigerator so it'll cool down so the icing will not melt. So we're going to go ahead and put those in the refrigerator.
You got them in your freezer?
You might be able to find some now. You have to try it.
Okay.
All right, so for the pie filling, for the sweet potato pie, we're going to add in, if you could pass me the sour cream trap from out of the refrigerator. Nope, the one that's in this spray container.
This here.
Yeah. So, okay, and we're back. All right, sorry we had some connection issues there. All right, so we have a 1/2 cup of sour cream. And then we're going to add the butter. And pour all that in. All right, then we're going to add a 1/2 cup of sugar. Thank you. Is the blender ready? Okay, we're going to go ahead and blend that. Okay, now we're going to add a teaspoon of nutmeg and a teaspoon of cinnamon. It's all in one container.
You guys have to forgive me. I left my hairnet at the house.
Y'all see why he needed it, right? Okay, I'm going to add in maybe a couple spoons of milk. Huh? I'm going to go ahead and put the pie crust in the oven for about 10 minutes.
Hmm?
Go ahead. And I'm going to add in just a couple tablespoons of flour. You can mix that in well. I think I should sift it.